Live trading with Guillermo. It's been a while since I've done a video with me with my image in the video. Normally I just do voiceovers and then after I do my trading, but it's been a little while. But I thought I would make this video because I wanted you guys to know something. Just by chance, I ran into this. Okay, so first I want to say that, as you guys know, I'm an affiliate of Apex Trader Funding. I've been an affiliate since day one, and that's the only prop firm that I promote on my channel. So just want to be 100% straight on that. And so I'm going to talk about the current sale that's going on that is unadvertised. So this could run out any day now. So I don't know when it started or when it's going to end. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But also wanted to talk to you guys about how you go about looking up the rules for Apex, what they call Apex 3.0. As you guys know or may know, is that some of the rules have been changed, I think for the better, to make us better traders. Some folks may not like what's happening at Apex. All I can say is that I can I can certainly vouch for them. They have always paid on time. There hasn't been any issues from my end that I've seen. I think if you're a responsible trader, I think you're going to be great. So I'm going to talk about some of those rules here in a minute. But first, let's start with the sale. Okay, so this is unadvertised. I just happened to put in their code that they offer, and I noticed that it was showing me 80% off. And but I haven't received an email from Apex letting me know there's a sale going on. So not sure what's going on there, but I thought I would let you guys know that there's some sort of sale going on. Don't know how long it's going to last, but as you can see on screen, it is 80% off. So this is their typical 80% off sale. What's cool is that they're still giving the discount on the big accounts. So 150, 250K, and 300K are $250 regular cost. You put in my discount code that you see at the bottom of the screen, and you'll get it for 50 bucks once you put in that discount code. So it's pretty darn cool. The lifetime PA accounts are $85 flat. So they've been doing that for a while now. And I tested it yesterday because I was playing around with some evals, and I passed a couple of them yesterday, a couple of Trade of 8 evals, and they were $85 flat. So those are still working. And I passed the evals in one day. So that's kind of how I know that this is still active, because I did it, and I did it yesterday, and I paid my fees this morning. So everything's still going on. If you reset an account, it's 35 bucks. So if you have some that still have lots of time and you haven't, you want to renew the account, you can reset it for 35 bucks. That would come in handy if you paid more than, 35 bucks to purchase it to begin with. But with the current sale, you might not even need to reset it, because a 50K account is going to cost you like, I don't know, I can't do the math right now in my head, but it's like $33, I think, is a $50,000 account. So it's cheaper than a reset. So that's pretty awesome. So use my discount code, and I think you're going to be pretty pleased with that sale. It beats all the other sales that I've seen so far. I know Lilu had a 90% off for a little bit. Some of the other prop firms are doing like 50%. I've seen some that are 40%, but Apex is still my favorite. That's my go-to, and that's the one I'd still recommend, and that's the one I'm sticking with. Okay, I do have a Lilu, and I do try other prop firms, but Apex is the one I stick with. So, all right. So now I'm going to switch over to the Apex website. So Apex Trader Funding. So let me get my face out of the way here so you can see it a little bit better. So this is the apextraderfunding.com website. You may have already seen this before. For those of you that are new to the channel or new to Apex, they have a pretty nice website. You can scroll through, you can, look at some of the rules here. You can, you can scroll through and find out what are the basic requirements for an account. And then, it talks about the different trailing threshold, minimum trading days, and so on and so forth. And then you can select whether you want a Rhythmic account or if you want a Trade of 8 account. I personally like the Trade of 8, but I do have Rhythmic as well. So whatever your preference is, I like the simplicity of Tradeovate because you don't have to have a second application open, but I do either one will work just fine. And I'm not sure on pricing. I think they're priced the same still. I haven't checked if the Rhythmic and Tradeovate accounts are still the same price as they were before. For a while, Tradeovate was a little bit more expensive to purchase through Apex, but they might be the same price still. So anyway, you might want to test that out and see for yourself. So remember, the discount code is in the description, and I'll put it on the title of this video too, so you can grab that code and put it in there and get your discount. So Apex. I don't know if you guys have had a chance. Maybe you have or you haven't, but there's been other YouTubers that have been talking about Apex and some of the things that were going on. As you guys know, Apex started out as probably the firm that was kind of like the game changer, right? When they came out with rules that were more trader friendly. You could trade up to 20 accounts. It was pretty amazing. So they just exploded. Man, they were like the prop firm out there. And then a bunch of prop firms started coming out trying to emulate, but Apex was the one. Um, Unfortunately, from what I've seen and from what I watched on different videos and different interviews from the top management and ownership at Apex, basically they said that they grew too fast and they couldn't really manage the growth. And because of that, they ran into some issues, right? People were scamming the company. There were like trading, I would call them like trading farms out in like Eastern Europe where they were just basically hacking the system, and they would have like 40, 50 accounts all trading the same, taking the same trade, making, everything was like duplicated, and they were just scamming basically. And Apex lost a lot of money. And because of that, Apex kind of had to tighten things up. And they went from one extreme to the other to kind of lock things down. And when that happened, people started freaking out, right? They were like, "Oh my God, they're not paying me," or I'm on probation, and sort of things like that. Well, it turns out that those were very few and far between. There's a few that obviously that did happen to. But if you got yourself out of probation, then you could continue and get your payout. So that, it wasn't a big deal. It was the ones that were like scamming. Those were the ones that were uh, really, really crying over what had happened, and they weren't happy about it, obviously, because they were making hundreds of thousands of dollars from Apex, and Apex shut it down. So that's just the way it goes. So, Apex has come out with some rules which I think are better for the trader. Uh, Before you would have to, you would have like, I think it was initially back when I started, you had to trade for like 20 days, I think, if I remember that right. And then they lowered the number to, I think it was 10. Don't quote me on that because it's been a long time. And now it's down to 8, which is pretty darn cool. So every 8 days of trading, you have to have at least $50, I think, generated on those days, at least 50. But to qualify for a payout. So it's pretty cool. But they do have some rules. So I wanted to kind of share where you go find it, learn more about it, and you can find out all kinds of stuff through Apex and their FAQs. They have a really good FAQ on their site. So if you go to apextrader.com, apextraderfunding.com, then you click your FAQs, and right out of the gate, if you scroll down, you can you can watch videos and you can read about it, all the different updates for 2024. So if you click on that, you can talk about, this was back in October, there was an 80% off sale. This is the section that I think is really important, is the Apex 3.0, the new guidelines, payouts, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do though, instead of watching the video, because you can do that yourself, you can just type payouts and how payouts work. So you can click on the very first one and learn more about it. So this is more of a condensed version, which I really like, because in the end, you got to trade for 8 days. You got to stay within the rules. And then once you meet those rules, you can request a payout. So which is pretty cool. So as always, the first 100% of the first 25,000 goes to the trader. After the $25,000 gets paid out to you, then it's a 90-10 split. The company retains 10% of the profit, you get 90%. So that's still really, really good. That's really very competitive. Other firms are doing like 80, and then eventually you can work yourself to 90. You get 90% after the first 25, and then you actually get 100% of the first 25,000, which is pretty awesome. You may request and receive a payout every 8 trading days. So you got, the day's got to close and everything resets after that 8th trading day, then you can submit your request. All right. So you can get at least 2 during the month, most likely. I doubt you can squeeze a third payout, only because, there's typically only like 21 trading days. So I think you're limited basically to 2 times a month, but you can do, each account has a limit to how much you can withdraw, but it's pretty generous, which I think you'll be pretty pleased. I think it's a pretty reasonable amount, and I'll scroll down once I get there. Let's see. One thing they do mention is that approvals can take a couple days, business days, and then 3 to 4 business days to reach your bank account. Okay, they've been doing way better than this, but this is kind of like their, what they promise they'll do, but they over deliver most times, is that they actually do it pretty fast. I've got notification one day, and then the money's in the account the next day. So it's been that quick, but it's not always like that. So they don't want to disappoint you. So they give you this disclosure that it could take up to 3 to 4 business days, but it's been faster than that. Okay, let's see. Let's go down to the bottom here. And this is on you can follow this yourself, but they show you how to request a payout and that sort of thing. So let's go. So this is a big one here, and I think it's a good thing. And what all it means is that you have to have reached a certain profit target before you can request a payout. So you got to have your 8 trading days, and you got to have a safety net. And what is the safety net? It is usually your trailing drawdown plus $100. So and then here's an example. On a 50K, your trailing drawdown is 2,500, and plus another 100 is 2,600. So once you reach that balance, you can actually request $500. So on your, once you get your 8 trading days, and if your balance is 52,600 and positive, you can request 500. If you want to request more than that, then your balance needs to be higher than that. So they want you to keep that 52,100 on a 50K, for example. It's kind of like this little cushion. So once you get your 8 trading days for the next payout, that 2,100 that you have in the account is hopefully 4,200 or $5,000. So when you request your next payout, which on an account like this is 2,000 is the max on a 50K, you'll have 53,000 in your account. So you're still beyond the safety net. And then you trade 8 trading days, and then that 53,000 becomes 57,000. So you get it, right? So every payout, you're getting a bigger chunk. You're getting your max, which is 2,000, but then your account's growing at the same time. So you're kind of building as you go, which is, I think it's a great idea. So before, folks were getting the account to a positive balance, they would draw out all but maybe $100, $500 on the account, and one bad trading day, and boom, the account was gone. So that's the idea behind this, is that you want to build your account and build it safely. And if you think about it, I shoot for 1,000 on my evals and my PAs per day, but that's actually kind of aggressive, because that would be 8,000, right? If you won every single day, which you don't. But if you did, it would be 8,000 over 8 trading days. That's a lot. I would shoot maybe even half of that. If you shoot for like 500 a day tops times 8, that's 4,000. So if you did that over the 8 days, you could request a payout, and you'd be good to go. And then the next 8 trading days, your account would just keep growing. So you don't have to overextend yourself, which I think it's important. And I think that's the reason why Apex has been doing this, having this safety margin as a requirement now. Okay, so that's one of the biggest changes that I know people weren't happy about, but this is really to protect you, because then it protects you from blowing up your account by drawing out all your money. And then if you scroll down, here's the safety net. So as I mentioned, on a 50K is the trailing drawdown, which is 2,500, and you add $100. And then on a 300K, it's basically 7,600. So you got to have 7,600 as a cushion before you can request a payout on a 300K. So you have that info there for you. So it's easy. You don't have to figure out what the percentage or anything needs to be. It's all there for you. So you can just look it up yourself. Minimum payout is 500, pretty reasonable. And the max is based on your account. So on a 50K, the maximum per withdrawal is $2,000. That's the max you can withdraw after 8 days. And you have to have enough of a cushion. You got to have enough on that safety net to request that much. So just be aware of that. Just because you could withdraw 2,000 doesn't mean that you can. It just means that you have to have the cushion in there. This is the maximum if everything else aligns. And then after the 6th payout, then you can basically access 100% of your profit. Again, there's going to be the cushion there, that safety net. You don't want to ever exceed that. You just want to keep your account. So that's there for you. Let's see. Probation, I think we talked about that. It's that you'll get contacted. They'll let you know what's going on with your trading, and if there's any issues, you just have to correct them and keep on trading, and then you can request your payout. So you'll get instructions on that. And of course, if once you get paid, and at the end of the year, you'll get a 1099 for your taxes. If you are outside of the United States, you will not get something like that because obviously the 1099s are not issued for people from other countries, so that's nothing for you to worry about. You'll just have to figure it out how you report taxes in your country, in your jurisdiction. So that's kind of where you would go with that. So I think overall, I think Apex is still the one. I still believe in them. They have Rhythmic accounts, they have Tradable accounts. There was a prop firm that went out of business because they couldn't pay out. That has never been an issue with Apex. They've been around for a while. And I think they're going to be the ones that are going to be ready for the next wave. I watched one of the videos that Apex posted, and it's on the FAQ page that I shared just a second ago, where there's going to be some regulation coming to the prop firm industry, and Apex is basically prepping for that. So they're working on staying compliant with regulation. So I think they're going to survive when regulation comes to this industry. And I think Apex is going to be the one still standing. And of course, there's a couple other firms out there that are good that I think will survive as well. But some of these other ones that were just kind of like all of a sudden just showed up. They don't have a real website per se. You can't tell like how do you request a payout and things like that. Those are the ones that aren't gonna make it. They're just trying to cash in on the movement, but in the end, I don't think they're gonna make it. So this is my go-to. I continue to trade Apex PAs. Like I said, I do trade Lilu for my content, but it's primarily Apex. So to wrap this up, I went to switch to my different screen, and it recorded my recording software, so it's kind of awkward. So sorry about that. And so I'll hopefully edit comes out okay for the video. So just to wrap things up, Apex Trader Apex Trader Funding, excuse me, is having a sale that's still out there. Not sure how long it's going to last. So go ahead and get your evals, get yourself going, and fire those up, and let's see how it goes. All right. $85 PA fees, 1 day to pass. Resets are $35 if you need to reset an account. And then my code is there in the description. QCV42LIQ is my discount code. So what's happening this week? So tomorrow morning, which is Sunday, I'm going to be flying out to Florida. So I'm going to be down in Orlando for about 4 days. So I will not be trading because I'm not going to have time. I'm going to be out, and it's Eastern time over there, obviously. So by 6:30 Eastern, I'm not sure I'm going to get a chance to record and trade. I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best and see if I can maybe record a video here and there. I'm also going to do the Ripper 1 AI Pro, which is the the bot that you've seen me trade before, where I can use the iPhone app, and that's going to be great for when I'm traveling. So I'm going to fire it up while I'm gone, and that's probably going to be the majority of my trading while I'm out traveling. That way I can keep an eye on my accounts. I can turn it on and off when I want to, and manage my accounts through my iPhone. So that's probably what's going to happen. So I'm going to do my best. I'll try to put some content out for you guys, and I'll be back at it on Thursday next week. So if you don't see stuff posted on YouTube, don't be concerned. I'm okay. I'm having a good time. I'm gonna go somewhere sunny and warm, and I can't wait to do that. But I won't be able to really put some content out for you all. So that's just wanted to give you the heads up. So with that, folks, thank you again for watching. I appreciate all of you. I get lots of great emails from all of you. I'm up to like 137,000 subscribers, which is amazing. I never thought I would ever get this far, and it's just been a journey, and you guys have followed me along, and I appreciate all of you that have been sticking with me since the very beginning. So have a great rest of your weekend, and then I'm going to catch you on the next video. Take care.